perk it till you no charges. I get prescriptions till you no charges. We gon' have fun, baby, no charges. Yeah. I look inside the...
What is good, y'all? It is your boy EP, aka Goliath. So this channel is relaunching. This is gonna be the first episode back on the channel. I'm basically gonna be covering now anything from fashion, sneakers, obviously, hip hop culture, pop culture, sports, which is what we're gonna be covering today. And that's it, man. Like, this is gonna be more than just, a sneaker channel. It's gonna be majority sneaker channel, but within that sneaker culture, all those other brackets fall in hip hop culture, sports, and I think that it's definitely something that needs to be talked about. Today we're gonna be talking about the NBA, so let's get right into that. The playoffs are coming up, man. Playoffs are coming up. So I'm gonna go into each of the matchup from the East Coast and the West Coast and discuss a little bit on my opinions. So welcome to the first episode of NBA TalK. All right, for first matchup, Cavs Pistons. I got, excuse my handwriting, but I got the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think the Cavaliers they're a great team, but I will never take away from what Reggie Jackson, Andre Drummond, and the whole team over there in Detroit has done. They took that from one of the worst teams in the league last season to a playoff contending team this season. That's completely, I will give you props for that. Stan Van Gundy, you are doing your thing over there, man. Of course, Orlando misses you, but it's all Gucci. Second matchup I got, Toronto Raptors versus the Indiana Pacers. Now, this one is going to come as a surprise to some of you guys, but I do have the Pacers, the Indiana Pacers, beating out the Toronto Raptors in the first upset of this conference. The reason behind that, man, if y'all haven't been watching, Paul George has been balling. This man has been playing like a man with his chicken's head cut off. I don't know if that's how it goes, but whatever. Anyways, it's going to go 7 games. I personally do think that series is going to go 7 games. And as much as I love Toronto, I love what DeMar has done, Kyle Lowry, Ross, like the whole squad over there, they've been balling. They've got the number 2 seed. They're a great team, but Indiana has playoff experience. They've been there before, and I personally think that they will overcome a young, energetic Toronto team, and they will truthfully pull it out, and they'll take the dub. Third series is a series I'm going to be watching very closely because it is my favorite team, the Miami Heat, against the Charlotte Hornets. Very interesting matchup. I think it's actually a pretty even matchup as far as guard play. When you look at the matchups between Justice Winslow, D-Wade, Goran Dragic against Jalen and this whole squad over there in Charlotte, I think it's definitely an interesting matchup. Personally, me being a Heat fan, I'm obviously gonna root for my hometown team, but I also do think we'll take it personally. We're definitely gonna take that series. It's not an easy series, but it's definitely not gonna be a more challenging series. I think our second series against Indiana, if that series plays out the way I think it will, I think our second series against Indiana will be much more difficult. Next series up is the 4th seed versus the 5th seed, the Atlanta Hawks and the Boston Celtics. I have the Celtics pulling this one out, man. That's right. The Celtics, the Boston Celtics, the shitty Celtics from last season are now the number 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. They have a young squad. And I'm not even talking about just a team. Their head coach, Brad Stevenson, I think is his name, or some shit like that, Brad Stevens. I remember seeing him when he was coaching in college, and he was a great coach. He's in the NBA, he's doing just as good. The team he's got over there with Isaiah Thomas, Marcus Smart, the whole squad that they got over there, man, they are a team to be reckoned with. They are a force to be looked at. I have them pulling that one out against the Hawks. Eastern Conference Finals matchup, I got my Heat. And I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that because I'm a fan. I'm saying that because I truthfully think that they have the team to make it there. With Goran, with D-Wade, Justice, Hassan, they got a squad and they can make it. They've been there before, they've done it before. with the leadership of Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley, they can do it. I have the Heat against the Cavs. I think that's going to go 7 series. I think it's going to go 7 games, series ending with the Cavs taking it. And as much as it hurts to say, I would love to see my Heat go to the finals. But the Cavs are a much more experienced team when you look at overall, everybody who's on that squad. They did it last season. They can do it again. And yeah, LeBron he's the man on a mission. And he's going to take over like he's done since he won his first one with the Heat back in 2010. So that's my personal coverage of the Eastern Conference Finals. So I say the Cleveland Cavaliers are coming out of the East for the championship. Western Conference, first round, we got the Golden State Warriors. Shout out to them, man. 73 wins. What? 73 wins. Golden State Warriors versus the Houston Rockets, who barely made it into the playoffs. I mean, Warriors are going to sweep them. Warriors in 4. That's an easy call. James Harden, Dwight Howard, they're just nobody anymore. They lost everything. I personally think that once they got rid of Chandler Parsons, the whole team went downhill. Chandler was like that glue that kept them together and made them a solid team. But after you lose one person, then you lose another one, then the whole team just goes downhill and it just becomes James Harden trying to put up 50 every game. Can't really run a team with one person. Spurs versus Memphis. This is another one, man. It's a 2 versus 7 where I have the 7 seed winning. I personally think Memphis can take it. Spurs are a great team, so I'm never counting them out. I'm personally going to be rooting for Memphis. I think Memphis has a team to do it. Memphis is always coming in at 4, 5, 6, 7 seed, and they somehow make it always make it onto the next round. Granted, they have never played San Antonio in the first round, so I'm not too sure how they're going to do there, but I would not be surprised if Memphis wins that series. Truthfully, I wouldn't be surprised if San Antonio wins either. I do think it'll be either a 6 or 7 game series. We'll go with Memphis or San Antonio taking it. Personally, I think Memphis. OKC Dallas. This is a toss-up, man. This one I don't know. For some reason, every time OKC makes the playoffs, they do really well. But at the same time, this has been Russell Westbrook's season. It hasn't been Kevin Durant's season, even though Kevin Durant is still putting up 25, 26, 27 a game. Russell Westbrook has really led that team. But once again, Russell Westbrook is not very consistent. He seems to lack that clutch factor. And personally, I don't think that he's going to be able to step up the way he has all season come playoff time. So truthfully, I think Dallas may take it. That experience of Dirk and the rest of the squad over there, I think that they can do it. Darren Williams running over there, Chandler Parsons. They have a squad. Don't sleep. Clippers and Trailblazers. Clippers will never make it past the first round. Let me stop lying. Personally, truthfully, honestly, I think the Clippers will make it out of the first round this year. With Blake, DeAndre, CP, Austin Rivers coming off the bench who's been balling. I think they have the squad to beat Portland. I think that's going to be a 6-game series. Don't get me wrong. I'm never going to count Portland out. That's the team that they have with Dame and the rest of the squad over there. They're running shit. They have a great team. I'm not going to count them out either. Coming out of the West for the Western Conference Finals, I do have it with Golden State and either San Antonio or Memphis, whoever wins from that series. Personally, I know I said Memphis earlier. Now I just thought about San Antonio's team. They're a deep team. LaMarcus, I forgot they had LaMarcus Aldridge. And yeah, so I mean, it's going to be an interesting series. So I personally have Golden State either against San Antonio or Memphis. Whoever wins that series is going to go to the finals with Golden State. I have Golden State winning it again, going it back to back. They won 73 games this season. They broke the 95-96 Bulls record, and I'm assuming they're going to go get the ring as well. It's going to be very difficult for them. Everybody's going to play the best basketball they've ever played in their life against them, but I do have Golden State taking the whole thing, winning the ring again, back to back. Drake, like I'm Lethal Weapon. Anyways, so moving on to the next topic. Kobe Bryant. Kobe. Man, moment of silence for the Utah Jazz because they got their ass handed to them. Now, granted, you know, me personally, I wasn't expecting anything less from Kobe. I was expecting Kobe to come out and drop maybe, 45, 50, end off with a bang. But damn, for you to come out and drop 60 points, I give him the utmost respect. He left his heart and soul out on that court at the end of the game. He's not going to be retiring with any regrets for his last game. Kobe was my Jordan. I was born in Jordan's final years. I personally, I didn't never enjoy the Lakers, but I enjoyed watching Kobe. As much as he may have been a ball hog to some of you guys don't understand that he is by far the best player to ever play this game in this generation. A lot of you guys are going to say it's LeBron, whatever, man. Kobe Bryant will forever. Kobe Bryant is the second Jordan. Like, Kobe Bryant is the Jordan of this generation. LeBron ain't shit. Respect for Kobe, man. Shout out to him. That was just insane. Like, that's 60 points, man. What? 60. Shout out to him. So that is what I'm talking. That is going to be the end of episode 1 of NBA Talk on the new Goliath Kicks channel. If you guys are not subscribed, then subscribe. Why are you? Just press the button right down there. As well as you can check the link in the description box for my second page. I'm going to be starting up a third page at some point in the near future. It's just going to be a daily vlog page. Just showing you the day in the life stuff. That's going to be more of my cinematic work. So if you want, it's going to be more like the Casey Neistat type videos where you just vlog life. So that's going to be fun. Basically, all I'm talking about in this episode, be sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. There's going to be 2 to 3 videos uploaded weekly, mostly fashion and sneaker related, but I'm going to every now and then throw in these kind of videos talking about other things like hip hop culture and sports, like I stated, solely because it keeps the channel different, keeps the channel unique, and it doesn't get repetitive. There's only so many clothes that I can talk about. There's only so many sneakers that I can talk about. So that being said, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And welcome back. Have a good day. Much love. Stay blessed.